Welcome to Travis Laughs. Some people apparently have a problem with the number 666. 647 is just fine. In fact, in Roman numerals, it might spell out the word marble. 652, just fine. 665, still perfectly acceptable. In fact, in Roman numerals, that spells out the word mauve, unless you fact check my jokes. 666, on the other hand, 3 sixes, ay, 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 now we have a problem. It spells out Satan, or, since it's Roman numerals, Pluto, or whatever. Point is, this is episode 66, and I can't even conceive of doing another 600 episodes, so we're going to make this a special episode, but it comes with a warning. I'm warning you that the jokes in this one are a little bit tackier than usual, maybe a little bit more potentially offensive or off-putting. So, with that in mind, it's gotten cold here in Anchorage. You see exhaust or steam or smoke billowing out of everything now. On my way to work, I get stopped behind a school bus while I wait for this slow-ass kid to pick his way across the street and get onto the bus. But I try to be patient with him. I don't know what he's up against. Maybe he just lost his beloved Uncle Ralph. I don't know. But while I'm sitting there, I'm engulfed in this cloud of exhaust as the school bus is running, keeping all the little kids warm. And then I pass in front of a laundromat and steam is just billowing out of that place. And through the windows, I can see all the employees just dripping with sweat, even though it's 27 degrees out here. And then I go by the funeral home and I see all the smoke rising out of the roof, because they're keeping their employees warm, or the other thing. If it reduces the heating bill of a funeral home, shouldn't the family be entitled to some kind of discount for the cremation? Uncle Ralph always did warm up any room he went into. Not that I'm trying to start a fight with funeral homes, believe me. I do not want my last contribution of an artistic nature on this planet to be a Polaroid picture of me wearing nothing but my gray skin and a girdle holding a Trump 2020 poster just because I pissed off some mortician with one of my stupid jokes. Although that little piece of comedy probably would outlast anything else that I made, so I'm not actually endorsing the idea or anything, but I do look better in green. Not that I've ever worn a girdle, at least not a green one. But it is colder. We got some snow early last week, and I drive by the school grounds and I can see the kids out there at recess building snowmen or throwing snowballs at each other. And I always slow down and I watch for the flagpole. Always look for the flagpole at this temperature, because I was that kid when I was younger who was super easy to talk into doing stupid things. Like, hey Travis, go tell Mrs. Williams that weight she's gained makes her look really nice. Really nice is a compliment. Okay, Mrs. Williams. Hey Travis, go ask Pastor Rogers which chapter it is in Revelation that talks about the beast with 2 backs. Beast... Revelations. Well, grown-ups like talking about the Bible. Okay, Pastor Rogers. When I was a kid, there was no internet to speak of, and very few people actually had cable television. So sometimes folks would just sit around going, what shall we do? I know, let's look at the scriptures where it tells us what we shall not do and get some ideas. Oh, it says that we shall not eat shellfish. Uncle Ralph's allergic to shellfish. I thought of a great joke. Hey Travis, take this bowl of pasta to Uncle Ralph. He'll really like it. Hey Travis, go ask Sally how many fingers is too many fingers. That'd be like 11, right? Ah! Good one, Holt. That's funny. Thanks. And then I would have to go home and have a war council with my little brothers as we tried to figure out why that was funny. Now, nobody ever picked on me with the stick your tongue to a flagpole trick. But I was the kid that would have done Hey man, go stick your tongue to the flagpole. It's really cool. It'll make you feel less sad about your Uncle Ralph. I would want to help him out because this is the kid, when everybody else comes back into the classroom, this is the kid that the teacher's not going to rush out and look for. This is the kid an hour earlier was saying, this is stupid. Why do we have to do physics? We're never going to use physics in our real lives. And then they don't see what's wrong with sticking a warm, wet body part on frozen metal. The teacher's just going to go, wherever they are, they're probably learning a much needed life lesson. And we do need to learn those lessons in life. Otherwise, we end up like the guy I was talking to the other day who said, I like to get a well-balanced representation of the news. That's why I watch Fox News. And then I also watch the segment where Fox News tells me what MSNBC said. Probably not the best way to learn about climate change and things like that. You know, people telling me, you know, during COVID-19, there's been more of an impact on the environment as people order takeout with all the plastic silverware and stuff. If you look it up, you'll see that we're going through unrenewable resources faster than we did before. And one, I don't think that's true, but two, I don't accept you handing me a homework assignment. So anyway, that kid eventually will come into the classroom and say, the janitor found me, I was stuck to the flagpole, and he said it's a good thing you didn't find me, or you would have panicked and pulled my head off, and it would have wounded my tongue, and I wouldn't have been able to talk until the end of the school year. And then the teacher just implodes as they realize they missed this once-in-a-lifetime beautiful opportunity. And I'm not blaming the teacher either. Listen, I have learned not to criticize people doing a job that I myself would never take. And speaking of undesirable jobs, can we all commit ourselves to being kinder, gentler, more patient customers? Customer service jobs have always sucked, but they're worse now than they have been in a long time, and yet we all hear those people around us saying, I don't know what's wrong with kids. Nobody wants to work these days. It takes me forever to get a sandwich. I mean, the sandwiches at that place were always shitty anyway. Now you got these pissant kids with their bad attitudes, and it takes forever because nobody wants to work. You're doing a great job of encouraging all these young people to take their first low-paid job at a place where they get to interact with you every day. The point is, don't criticize a job you don't want to do, like me at the grocery store. Hey buddy, can you be careful with those eggs, please? Sir, we're short baggers. We're hiring right now. The application form is only one page. We'd love to have you on the team. No, you're doing a great job. Carry on, carry on. The recipe only calls for 4 eggs anyway. What I really need is the icing so I can put in memory of beloved Uncle Ralph on top. And I know, that was pretty awful. Sometimes I can't believe the things that come out of my mouth. Like somebody was telling me the other day, I wish people would treat me like a whole person. Like I have a brain. I don't want to be treated like just a body. And I'm like, I know. I agree with you 100%. And may I say, those yoga pants really bring out your personality. All right, so, and I know I said earlier that horrible thing about warm, wet body part on frozen metal. Although, that is my argument for the idea that even when in the future there is a worldwide industry very successful selling sex robots, I don't think they'll ever catch on that well up here in Alaska. Too cold. And I'm sure somebody watching is thinking, ugh, sex robots. Men are so gross. They would do it with anything at any time. Why is that? I don't know. I think maybe it's the universe way of rewarding you for eating your vegetables when you were a kid. Otherwise, you'd be so lonely. I'll be honest with you, I don't really understand sex robots either. You could ask your significant other what they think about sex robots, but don't be surprised if they say, well, I hate being critical of anybody doing a job that I wouldn't want to do. See you next time. A little bit. Can I encourage everybody to commit to being kindler? Kindler? Can we be kindler? I'll be kindler if you'll be kindler.